hazard warning. Entering contaminated zone.
Hey guys, Jacob here. In today's video we're going to be talking about the PTS check-in Phase 1 and covering some of the things that have been talked about basically from PTS Phase 1 and things that have been changed and also been fixed, and pretty much overall what was in the PTS Wave 1. We're going to get right into it right now, starting right here. We opened Title Update 15 Public Test Servers PTS for PC players on Ubisoft Connect last Friday, 1st of April 2022, and no, it was not April Fool's. Our communications outlined that it would have 3 phases of the public test server, and was announcing significant updates such as the countdown game mode and expertise feature, also outlined shield balancing changes, new gear, and weapons. As you know, PTS 1 was the countdown and expertise. Then we had the new gear and balancing adjustments, which is going to be for Phase 2. That's going to be tomorrow. Not sure exactly what time we're going to be getting Phase 2, but it's going to be tomorrow. Then we have Phase 3, which will be the last one, which is all the above bugs fixes following Phase 1 and 2. We are immensely grateful for all the feedback received following Phase 1, and we want to share our findings and next steps based on your experience in the PTS. Now we have Phase 1, total players. We had close to 10,000 players on April 1st, which I kind of knew that was going to happen because that was when the PTS started. 6,000, 4,000, 2,000. Of course, it's going to drop towards the end of the PTS. And I'm sure when Phase 2 starts tomorrow, we'll have a lot of people playing the PTS. And it's the PTS history, TU10, 11, and 12. So TU11, they had over 14,000, and TU10, they were 14,700. And then we have Countdown. In Phase 1, we wanted to focus your feedback and attention on specifically Countdown and expertise. I know a lot of you guys have a lot of mixed thoughts about Countdown, but personally, I had a lot of fun playing it. At the same time, I had a lot of issues with it as well, and we're going to get into one of those right here. Many of you dove straight into Countdown and explored the new 8-player PvE mode, and were quick to share your thoughts and wanted to acknowledge some of these key topics. And this is the first one I did have to deal with, the Delta 03 when matchmaking, which I could not even barely play Countdown due to this error. I reset my computer, I logged in and logged out. I even had to try this on a different account, and I still couldn't play. And eventually I got into my main account, and I did manage to get in and play it for about an hour, and that's all I got. And that's why you guys did not see any live streams or footage on the PTS due to how many issues I had just testing out the PTS in general. But for the PTS 2 or Phase 2, I'm going to try to get some footage for you, out for you guys from some of the new gear sets, potentially the new brand set, at least the new exotics. Basically, whatever's new, I'm going to try to get some stuff out for you guys. And which is the Delta 3 issue with matchmaking, which is, unfortunately for a lot of you, the PTS Phase 1 experience was tainted by numerous Delta 03 error messages received when queuing for the countdown game mode. This is exactly what the PTS is for, and we are glad that this issue was identified at this stage. The main outlying issue has now been resolved, and we are planning to further test a newly implemented fix during Phase 2 to make sure that matchmaking together players from different regions can play in the same group without any interruptions. So hopefully this is fixed now, we don't have to deal with it. Stuck on an infinite loading screen after being in the countdown game mode. Did not have this issue, but it's been fixed. And then the countdown is too easy, which a lot of you guys as well did talk about this too, saying it was way too easy. So we're going to see here what has been changed to that. Originally, the new mode was planned to be on par with the heroic difficulty. To add more context, our goal was to make it challenging, but not impossible to beat. For each matchmade players for mixed build qualities, as well as add additional challenge for players with more organized group and better builds to try to compete it with less than 8 players. The mode's difficulty is currently incomparable with what we envisioned for the countdown, and your feedback over the past week reflects this. We're continuously working on improvements for the mode. For the first iteration of improvements will become available for you tomorrow when the PTS Phase 2 starts. As you guys see, that's Phase 2 starts tomorrow. For now, you can expect enemy HP adjustments, though their lethality might stay the same. We do not overtune the difficulty to make sure that Countdown is highly replayable and suits the greater variety of playstyles. So if they make it too difficult, obviously that's going to be really hard to play. Especially because they'll make it like, oh, I'm going to need 8 people because it's too difficult. And they want to make it not too easy, but kind of in the middle where you can play this with 4 or 5 people, or maybe even 3 people, or potentially trying it maybe even solo. A lot of you mentioned that difficulty option is not enough to meet everyone's expectations. We hear you going forward. We are planning to investigate the possibilities of adding other difficulty options, but it's too early to talk about specifics right now. Loot rewards being too generous, which this is one thing I did notice. I got a lot of shit in the PTS, like a lot of gear, just like crazy. Without a doubt, the rewards are one of the most the rewards are one of the components of the mode's replayability and attractiveness, but this was not the primary intention behind the development. We would love the experience itself to be the main focus. Handling too much loot can be frustrating when the mode is time limited and does not allow you to look at all or sort out a loot that is dropped. For the next PTS phase, we are planning to remove rewards that drop from all players at a long distance. So if you have loot that's really far and you can't get to it, that's not going to happen. Expertise, which a lot of you guys were saying as well, the expertise level was going up like crazy. I did see a few messages like that in my comment section, and on Xbox as well. When I asked some people what they thought about it, they gave me some feedback. But gaining proficiency rank feels too fast. To earn expertise level, you need to gain proficiency ranks by using an item, brand set, or gear set in combat. PTS Phase 1 has shown that the gear sets are one of the main reasons for the unexpected speed progression. You can expect the pace to be adjusted for the PTS Phase 2 by increasing the XP required for ranking up. Every one of you has a different value of time when it comes to accounting for different types of players. It is tough balancing exercise for us by adjusting progression speed for Phase 2. We hope to give your most committed players something special they can dedicate their time to. So there's that for the proficiency, and then upgrade costs are too high, which this has always been something in pretty much the Division in general about optimization, recalibration, etc., etc. It always is a tricky exercise to balance progression pace and gauge feedback between those who have little time and want to progress fast. For those who want things to be grindy and slow, we hope to collect more feedback in the matter during PTS Phase 2 and 3 to help us. Expertise not being gained in PvP Dark Zone, so that's been apparently fixed. That was an issue. Donate all button. We agree that expertise systems should benefit having a dedicated button to the menu by donating all items marked as junk in your inventory, similar to how deconstructing all gear or selling all junk works. The Donate All button was added to the expertise menu and should be available for testing in PTS Phase 2. We are now looking at implementing various additional UI features and quality of life improvements based on your feedback. These are a few other things that are pretty much last. People wanted, the changing gameplay experience for Countdown. We're happy to hear your suggestions on new game modes, but there's no outgoing plans to change Countdown beyond the difficulty options listed above. Shield changes. So right now, we don't have enough feedback to proceed with a decision. We ask you to concentrate your efforts on the shield changes during the PTS Phase 2, since its primary focus is on testing new weapons and gear. Inconsistent upgrade bonuses, that's been fixed. And the big one, which I know a lot of people are talking about, and I'm pretty sure Kamikaze Vandu made a video on this showing, if you guys want to see exactly how this was going on. But the Intimidate in the PTS was pretty broken, if I remember correctly. A lot of people were reporting saying it had a lot of issue with it, and it had infinite stacking in the Dark Zone. But this issue has now been fixed. The Intimidate talent should gain 1 stack each second when a player has temporary armor, up to a stack of 7, or max of 7 that is. Thank you again for partaking in the Phase 1 of the Title Update 15 PTS, and please do keep your thoughts coming, as community feedback has always been helpful to us in making the necessary adjustments of community content. So I'm excited to see how Phase 2 pretty much plays out and see what we get to test in there. I know it's supposed to be weapons and gear, so hopefully I can try making some videos on the new exotics, or at least make a video taking some screenshots and showing you guys what the new exotics look like, and also what the new gear set looks like, and overall just get some content out for you guys to enjoy, just to show you at least what these items are going to look like and potentially what they do. But overall, that's a quick little video on the PTS, and I cannot wait to test out Phase 2 tomorrow and take a look at some of the new stuff. But thanks all for watching. As usual, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and make sure you subscribe for more Division 2 content.
BT!